and we'll jump into the game. We'll replay the game. Oops. Need to turn on. There we go. All right. And we're live. So, will it? No, hang on a sec. Gotta fix the camera. There we go. Alright, so here was a game I just played like 2 minutes ago. It was actually a pretty good game. It's one of the more balanced ones I've seen. So on a concept of balance, there's still things that we need to. Obviously, we're still developing. The game's still being developed by Ryan, but there are a lot of good things here I thought about this one. So I played this one as brutes. The Oni asked to be Oni. I was like, okay, fine. Usually I play Oni, but I'm actually kind of like this one. I just picked my camera because it's the one I used, and I noticed there were some good views from that. I haven't checked the rest yet, but I usually try to keep an eye on everything on the field. Well, I was just trying to set up production here, pretty easy. If I had my mouse, I would switch to everyone and look at the whole camera here, which I can do actually. There we go. So Phoenix is over here. Get everything started there. Got a quick grab there. This game I was thinking a little differently. It turns out when you play brutes, you can always just, if you lose harvest, if you just turtle back and get a bunch of wraiths and brutes and get the upgrades for them, then you can still make a comeback pretty easily, which we'll see in this one. Dreamer is our resident Grandmaster. He's ranked in Grandmasters, none of us are, and he likes playing the game, so we all like. At least I like him. I'm just like, this guy, like, holy cow. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should starting out. Interesting that Oni's using pelicans as prowlers. Well, that might be a little more accurate to what you see in the games. It's not the most effective build. He's added on more production. Let me see. Is he getting any upgrades? That's right. So upgrades actually don't display because they're different. We customize them. Well, Orion customized them, so they'll be different. That's a pretty standard ball there. The problem with this right now is wraiths can really rip that up. You'll see that later on. They're just, well, I shouldn't ruin everything, but just not quite what we want. There we go. I was saying Oni right there is my best. All right. Nothing else really what's going on here. So most of the action starts out on harvest, unless they do something like a crazy rush to the over here to. That's always a common thing. It's pretty effective if you sync over to the enemy's space protection. Just drop a bunch of Spec Ops grunts or Gosshog or something, and just kind of clean them up there. Works out pretty well most of the time. But I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. I wonder what I was doing here. I guess I was just happy watching them. So, see, right there, like, so that was, I don't know the quantity on that. That was a pretty heavy investment. It was easy just to clean up, but just, is that balanced? I don't know. But it was, the counter we talk about most of the time is trying to split up units, which, yes, works, but we're not Grandmasters levels with the splits. Most of us are just normal, everyday guys. You know, like I was diamond once, currently platinum, so that's not exactly the highest rank. So right here, this is basic SC, but the army had switched into a massive amount of rockets, which to try to counter the race. So that's pretty easy because it got some brutes, since rockets can't shoot brutes in this game anyway. So it was kind of a classic, you know, counter flip. He overcommitted to rockets instead of keeping that mix alive. So I was able to just kind of clean that up. Oh. Oh, this was an important thing. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna pause that. We're gonna come over to him. There we are. We're gonna follow Heretic's player cam here. So I was trying to tell him to blink on top of the his. I don't think he understood. So the destroyers and battle cruisers in this game have the ability to blink, kind of like a tactical jump, but without the cooldown, or the tell that it's going to be coming. And it's kind of the way to quickly close the range, which works out pretty well. Sometimes it feels like, oh, this is such a great game, but we kind of it's just more Starcraft mod. I mean, there's a lot of unique features to it, don't get me wrong, but like the idea to blink, that's obviously a stalker functionality that we just kind of borrowed for the purposes of the game, which works great. Closes the distance on things like destroyers which have range, and this is really, I personally think, well thought out. Now there's plenty of flaws, but the naval battle this time is pretty well thought out. So if I come over here to me, I've started adding on a bunch of. At this point, I've already gotten the upgrades for the brutes and the wraith, so I'm just starting to macerate some brutes here. Here's Oni. He's looking to. Not sure. Anyways. I'm not sure why he keeps using pelicans, I guess is what I was thinking there. Let's take a look here at Dreamer. Dreamer's got a. See, that fleet looks pretty balanced in size. And if you watch this fleet fight here. Oh, like, no, let's slow that down. And, oh, can't actually go back. Not without minimizing the screen, which we're moving the camera. Oh, right. So I guess what I can do from here on, this is still me figuring out how I want to do this. Here we have there we go. This many Spartans will be able to clean this up easy, which is a great deal. Especially with shotguns like that. And right here, to his credit, he did a great split there to keep things like losing it to, well, mostly it's, I think it's a flanking split, which is, I really like that. But also, I was watching this too, because what else are you going to do when you're smashing units? It was a fair counter to that build. Let's take a look around here. Quick fire camera there. The others, right? Oh, this is a great feat part. See, with that cooldown and that blink kind of evens out. You see how many destroyers are pick off there, but it's still not a. I mean, it still is a pretty even trade. There's a resources lost tab. There it is. So we look at units lost here between purple, which is our navy, and that one. We're ahead by 9,000. I paused it. Right. This is probably why we ended up winning that fight ultimately. If I were to switch it out, I'm not really the best in my navy matchup right now. Typically, you see a lot of cruisers in there to try to do the damage. Or roommate speaking Italian. Hang on a sec. Oh, so I just realized that entire time the mic was turned off. Well, let's start again. My bad. Third time's pretty. There you go. That's my roommate speaking Italian in the background, so if you mind, I'll just turn the mic back off. Yeah, I have one. Just flip underneath in the second door down. This guy? Yeah, red. Oh, sweet. There you are. Okay. Alright, so right here. Sorry you missed the rest of the commentary. I kind of gave it away. But there we are. Right here. This is the important part. These many Spartans clumped together don't stand a chance against Wraiths. Even though they have rockets there. First of all, they missed the first couple shots on the brutes, which is not the best of the street. And then the rest. Okay, here we are. We're back. I might just make a clip out of this. But let's bring back here and pick it up there. Oh, missed the good part. Hang on a sec. I'm gonna bring it back. Pull back the curtain just a little bit. Not really pulling back the curtain at all. But I have to minimize or take it into a window to actually access it. I don't know why it's right now the case, but it is. Here we go. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. So we lost Harvest early on. I lost a bunch of resources in trying to defend it, and then I was able to pull. Well, I kept trying to defend it with the resources that weren't traded effectively, and so I pulled back to a charity and just made this with enough upgrades, which can handle buildings really quickly, but also handle most armies pretty well. And not that things won't die, but it definitely can trade well. Here we go, let's speed up a bit. There we are. Okay, now we got the player camera going. Right here, even with some mat camming happening there, just the race blast too much. So we're talking about nerfing this, which would be a pretty good deal. Well, Ryan is. We're talking to Ryan about doing it. Just because it's a little bit too much right now. When you get enough, now granted, I lost a ton of units there, but he lost a lot more. If you look at the resources lost, I've actually lost more, but I just took a planet, and it takes a lot longer to make stuff than it does me. So we go to the production tab, He's making 15, 13 Spartans. I can't tell, the cursor's over it for me. And you. And I'm just remaking everything else. Look at the units tab. He already has about 15. And something he could have done better here, would have been helpful, is if he used the drop pod ability on prowlers. Especially since you can get off, even if there's someone camping in orbit, you can still drop the units down and get a hit there. Looks like I should. Ooh. Yeah, and a couple things all went together here right now because the army's about to come over here and take me out, and there's a nice pick there of all his transports. That this as soon as they left to enter orbit, so it was just we got some really lucky picks in this game that kind of helped the steamroll. As it was, I would have I took this planet anyways, but there was if an army had shown up, what I had there wouldn't have been able to clean it out, and I could have retaken their planet and kind of swung things back in their favor. The fact that they were able to clean up like that, put it in our favor. The fact that our navy was able to clean up like that, put the game back in our favor again. Let's take a look here on some other player cams. This is Oni looking at me, and this is our navy doing some glossing, which I didn't notice. Good thing he did. Army, yeah, he lost everything. Those were full transports. We didn't know if they were or not. Offensively here. Looks like he's getting up here. What does he have units wise? Honor Guard and Spec Ops Elite, both good things. I don't know why the Navy didn't try to mac me there. Oh, never mind, because he realized the Navy was there. Okay, working on the game sense. Oh. And so Phoenix is trying to rebuild on Reach now, which is interesting. I don't think it's a bad thing to have multiple production on different planets. That way you don't have to sit there. Because if you lose a planet, you get a big influx of money, but the top clock is taking from the second you get that money to try to take the planet back. So if you already have production going, you can get something running an RV over there. Because especially since usually if you traded well, they're going to be at a disadvantage anyways. So if you get this big flux of money, it's kind of a chance for you to try to take it back, or make something happen. Which again, this is kind of principles of normal SC still apply here. I often see this as kind of an extension. I mean, it's still its own thing, but you worry about trading and economy and resource management and allocation and counters and a lot of other things that all matter. One of the beautiful things about this game, though, is that comebacks can still happen. It's not just, oh, okay, I have this really good army, you can't stop me. If you get enough Spartans, you can, and use them well, you can do a lot of damage. Or of anything. The control still matters. It's not just make the right unit and win. If you just run them into a bunch of wraiths, you're gonna lose them. You know, it's not a guaranteed. So I'd come over here and started to take harvest. I brought what was left over from Arcadia and went back, grabbed some more stuff, trying to run a steamroll, trying to keep that momentum going. Since resources aren't limited, you're not worried about cost effective is more a matter of time than it is of the end of the game, because it's technically, if you just sit there long enough and don't spend any money, you're gonna lose. Here we are. Here's a good fleet fight. Let's see if he blinks on top here. No, you don't want to use that blink. I probably would have blinked it. I don't know what would have happened if I did. I would have lost it all. Okay, what's Phoenix got going on here? So we got flamethrowers. Those are off. We joke about those being memes because they do fair down to good buildings, but you can always get something else that can do damage towards bullies and everything else too. You know, like a scorpion or ODSTs. So they're the best. I like this Kodiak positioning though. Being on the high ground and keep things at a distance. Oh, I think I just missed a major fleet fight. I did. Ooh, that was a nice pick there. Yeah. Cool. There we go. Got some sound back in. All right. I don't know if you can hear that or not. We'll find out in the VOD. But this is a nice touch here. That he's able to grab some picks here. I remember watching that while being cloaked and dropping unit. Cool.
Sai una cosa? Mi troverò bene con lei. Mi troverò bene con lei. La scrittrice. Sì. È alta, bella, si allena. Su carattere? No! Ma magari sono frutti.
One of these days I'm going to learn how to speak Italian so I can just yell those Italian as he walks out. Something like, anyways.
Perché lei ha tolto. Lei ha tolti. Lei. Senza capelli. Non è una parrucca, ma. Oh. Se a lei piacciono, fa quello che vuole. E quello è ancora meglio. Non sei d'accordo? Brava. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, so the quick dream reminded me of K here. Let's take a look here. Oh, right, right here. That's just a mechanic. He jumps up on else's ship, so I was like, "Hey, take me with you." Jumped in there because I didn't want to leave the units just sitting there. I was going to hand them to him. Just give them to him so he could use them. It's a nice mechanic. I had added on a second carrier here just in case, because I thought I might have enough units that I'd be more better use spent with splitting them up into two places at once instead of just taking two to one place. So I thought I was gonna trick myself here. I was gonna go over here with him to Tricetti, and I was like, wait, no. I'll hit reach because there's no point if we're gonna win that. When I said I was gonna win that fight, they didn't need my resources there too, so I just went down to reach instead. And let's take a look here. So yeah, so Offals is right here, and then this part right here. So I just noticed right up here that he's got there's a mass of and let's pause that. Let's because I heard the Spartans die there. And let's take a look. Yeah, those are that's everything he had. I just happened to show up at the right time, or wrong times for him, and just picked everything he'd been saving for the last forever. Total was not game sense. It was not me thinking, yeah, I should be over there to try to catch him if he leaves. No, I just happened to be there. It was just a convenient timing. So he'd lost everything, and then I just came in and just dropped right on this production. So he leaves after this, which is very understandable. And so with that, Reach has fallen, Chai's fallen, and Arcadia's fallen too. Well, Reach is falling. So it just kind of was, yeah, a bunch of things just aligned in our favor. Army was sniped. Army and Oni were both sniped, stopping any ground operations. And one was and I don't know if they were both luck. They happened to show up at the right planet at the right time, but that's what happened there. Anyways, and that's pretty much. Actually, this is where the game ends. Oh, right here. Right here. This was the end then. Army came rolling in here, and I don't know if you saw in the corner of the screen, but they just got cleaned up by all these wraiths. The splash just destroyed the bio and the mech alike. Maybe if Scorpions had more specific damage to wraith shots, I don't know, might be a good deal. But it wasn't a bad run. Anyways, that was the game. So by the end, wait, did I not have any units? Huh. Oh, that's cool. So all the units were shuffled to 2 different players. I guess the last people to leave. So when I left, it all went to the elites player. Cool. Anyways, that was that game.
Ah, tu. Ma non sta da noi, sta da voi.